Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Pan the Organizer. So you're probably wondering, where is Pan? I was lucky enough to be invited by GYEON here in the Classic Car Club in New York for the GYEON Show. A bunch of new product unveilings, some awesome guests, fantastic looking cars. You're in for a treat. So without further ado, stay tuned. Let's go ahead and start the show.
I think that's the GYEON team has arrived. I'm Michael. Welcome to Classic Car Club Manhattan. We're an automotive club here in New York. We're well known around the world for having a beautiful fleet of cars that our members could drive and enjoy as if they're their own. We also have a number of race teams. We race cars, we race motorcycles, we rally around the world. This is where all things automotive happen, so it makes sense that GYEON is here because I believe that they have some cool things to show you. Let me go let them in.
For the past 3 years, GYEON Show has been based in Europe, but GYEON is a truly global brand. From now on, GYEON will continue to visit different continents and countries to provide you a true petrolhead experience. I want to welcome you all to New York City for the GYEON Show.
That's right, we are taking over CCC Manhattan with incredible news and product premieres. Pan, I'm so glad you're able to join us.
Thanks to you guys for having me here. By the way, I was able to test a lot of these new products ahead of time, and I want to do a deeper dive into these new products.
Hey man, that's exactly what we're here to do. Let's get started.
Let's do it.
Actually, before we talk about product premieres, let's talk more about the recent brand change. I'm going to leave you all with brand ambassador Yves, who knows what he's talking about.
At GYEON, we love design. It's always been our ambition to create outstanding products in a memorable package. But we also think there is room for improvement, and this year we went all the way in by redesigning our iconic bottles. We reinforced the bottom for a safer shipping, and we manufactured child-resistant sprayers. On top of that, we increased the size of the labels for a better readability, and we are introducing the benefit icons to highlight the most important features of each product. We wouldn't be GYEON if we didn't value durability, and that's why every label has a water and chemical resistant test for a longer lasting and a better looking experience. We also transformed the look of the lineup by changing the colors. We have for exterior and maintenance a semi-transparent blue bottle with a matching sprayer. For leather, interior, and of course fabric, we keep on the white bottles. The wheels and the tires, they stay with the black. Of course, we will have for the glass, as obvious, the transparent bottles, and for a new lineup, we have the amazing frosted bottles. There is the one unicorn, and that will be wet coat because that will keep its bright orange color. I'm super excited to see the new lineup pop up in your garages, detailing studios, and reseller shops. I hope you love them as much as I do, but now it's time to see some premieres.
So Jeff, I saw on your social media accounts the product unveilings, a bunch of new stuff recently on your pages, but I want to know which ones are your standouts and why.
Yeah, absolutely. So one I think that really fits the line is Leather Cleaner Natural. product's designed specifically for semi-aniline and Nappa leathers, so very gentle leather cleaner, low pH. It's a product that can be used on Nappa leather frequently without any damage to the surface. The other one I'm really excited to see perform is Total Remover. It's a very unique product. It's a liquid that will remove coatings, waxes, and sealants completely. So say you're a DIY guy, you were in the garage for the coating, maybe the lighting wasn't the best and you've left a little high spot under your side mirror, right? You come out tomorrow morning, you can remove that high spot with Total Remover without having to polish the car, which is a big deal. Say you're the same DIY guy, you've had can coat on the car. You're coming up on 12 months, can coat's been great, you're just ready for something new. Instead of polishing the whole car and starting over, you can use Total Remover to remove and knock down that coating to a level you can reapply the next coating and achieve all the same performance characteristics. So very cool product.
Yeah.
How about you?
For me, there was a few standouts as well, and I'm sure my viewers can share the same sentiment. The first one was TFR, so Traffic Film Remover. It's a higher alkaline type product. So for people who live in harsh conditions, I'm from Montreal, Canada. We go through winter months, or I have a lot of viewers that live in the UK. They tell me it often rains over there. It seems like it rains every day. So that all that water kicks up those oils. You're gonna get a lot of traffic film, road grime that seems to stick to the surface. So before the contact wash, you wanna use this as part of your pre-wash to help degrease that surface, remove the, again, road film, the traffic film, all that kind of stuff. And that helps to really clean that surface. And then we have Defrost, which is an instant de-icer. I really like that once again. I had pre-early access to it as well. And so during the winter months, you have buildup of ice. It can be sleet or snow as well on your windshield. You're gonna spray that on, let it dwell. It's gonna help all of that stuff melt off. You can drive off and it's gonna be a lot safer when you're driving. And also the cool thing, it can resist up to temperatures to -40, so you can keep it in your glove box. It's always available and ready to use. So that's another cool one.
Yeah, very cool cold weather products. But I know you've got your eye on another one.
Oh yes.
Eco Wash.
Absolutely. So this is something totally new for GYEON. I think you guys hit this out of the ballpark once again. So it is a product that can be used in 4 different ways. So a waterless wash, a rinseless wash, a drying aid, or even a quick detailer. Highly concentrated, so you dilute it according to the use. So the cool thing about this is that we know there's a lot of people living in areas, cities, or countries with heavy water restrictions, water bans, or simply people sometimes that live in apartments or condo dwellers don't have access to free-flowing water to wash their vehicles. Well, now they can do it with this formula that has a lot of lubrication, very easy to use. But what they have to remember is that this doesn't necessarily also negate or neglect what everything else is in the GYEON lineup, like GYEON Bathe, for example. Am I right?
That's exactly right. So anywhere you can't do a traditional soap and water method, Eco Wash solves the problem.
And another thing that I'm noticing right now, that cool redefined sign, can you tell us more about it? What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. So it's not enough just to add new products to the market each year. It's very important for us to improve and evolve the existing products that we know have outperformed for years and years and make them even better. So for us, that's redefined.
Well, that makes sense now because I'm seeing the iron bottle. I'm happy to see that's the final label because I had early access to kind of that pre-final production bottle. And one thing I loved about iron before is its performance for ferrous metal removing when you're doing chemical decontamination. However, we all know the majority of iron removers, they have that rotten egg smell or that sulfuric acid type smell. And I don't know how your chemist did it, but for this one, you knock that smell down to a point where it doesn't smell bad anymore, but it's replaced with this kind of banana scent. I don't know if I got that right, but that's awesome. And it performs as good or better than the previous version.
Right, and that's the goal with Redefined. I'm gonna go check out the rest of the Redefined products with one of our pros, Neil.
Awesome.
Neil, Pan got us started with Iron Redefined. What do you think about Iron Wheel Cleaner?
Jeff, honestly, Iron Wheel Cleaner as a pro detailer being redefined is so awesome. They got rid of that stinky sulfur smell. They made it a little bit thicker. It now sticks to the wheels longer, gives you a little bit more work time. Honestly, a great rounded product.
And with Tar, we've taken all the coloring out, so no more dyed microfibers, and we've lowered the VOC content.
Awesome as well, Clay Lube. They've also increased the amount of product that you get in each bottle. For someone like myself as a pro detailer, I can now get more product out of that bottle.
Yep. With Cure Matte, and PPF Maintain, I'm super excited to see this line redefined. They're all spray sealants, they're all used the same way, but for different surfaces. Increased SiO2 content, so greater performance, easier to use with less ability to streak. Cure Matte for all your matte and satin finishes, Cure for your gloss paint work in PPF, and PPF Maintain to maintain the gloss and hydrophobics on your PPF.
Yeah, and let's not forget about one of my personal favorites, Leather Coat. I know that they came out with a whole new leather cleaner now, Leather Cleaner Natural, that's gonna pair super well with this redefined leather coat, which is also gonna be so much easier to apply, and it's not gonna add any sort of shine or slickness to the vehicle, keeping that OEM finish.
Yep. I think I'm most excited about Compound Plus. totally redefined. Amazing heavy cut compound for those hard paint corrections, but they've really removed all the dust and given us a compound that can really compete with other compounds on the market.
Right. But Jeff, what is Interior Detailer doing then?
Oh man, Interior Detailer. Same great product, new packaging, but part of an all new line.
So Nick, I see behind you right there, GYEON unveiled another brand new lineup of products. It's the Purify line, and I see these awesome frosted looking appearance in bottles. Can you tell us about the Purify line?
Yeah, the Purify line is our next level of protection for interior vehicles, followed after interior detailing.
So that makes sense, right? Interior detailer, this one here, you would spray on, it would kind of lightly sanitize and remove the bacteria and the viruses or sanitize instantly, but you're looking for something more long form, right? Or more long term. So what does the Purify line do for that?
Absolutely. We are looking to add a surface level of protection for antimicrobial and bacteria fighting surface protection.
Okay, so what's inside the formula then that prevents that bacterial growth?
You're looking at a silica-based product with a copper additive.
Copper additive, so that would make sense. That kind of makes it for an environment where bacterial growth is kind of prohibited or isn't as good because it really prevents the proliferation of those bacteria. So that's awesome for the formula itself. But then I'm looking at the Purify coat. Is that a ceramic coating in a bottle type product?
Yeah, absolutely. This is Purify coat. This is what's applied to the high traffic areas with your hand on the interior vehicles. This can be applied to all leather surfaces, steering columns, steering wheels, grab handles, and interior components such as shifter knobs and dashboards.
So I could see this definitely like you're a certified detailer for GYEON or on the professional side. So definitely this would add kind of a new service for your customers potentially?
Yes, absolutely. This product was introduced to elevate the experience for our customers on the interior of the vehicles.
Hey.
Not only UV protection, but something that has durability for antimicrobial and bacteria fighting.
And of course, we know in this day and age, that's one thing that people are looking into a lot. But also I can see on the DIY side, for example, even in your household, I'm somebody who loves a clean environment, who I love to clean my house and make sure everything is nice and tidy. But beyond that, you can prevent bacterial growth on all common surfaces, high traffic areas, your countertops, your door handles, so on and so forth, and in your vehicle. So if you're a DIYer, you're working in your garage and you want all your interior surfaces, once again, to have that bacterial growth prevention, this is a great way to do that without altering the look, feel, or that kind of stuff inside your vehicle as well, right?
Yeah.
So there's another one that I see in that lineup. So that's Purify Maintain, but this is in spray form. So what's that one?
Purify Maintain, that is the product answer to maintain going forward. We have Purify Coat that's going to have the longer durability components to the interior, and ongoing maintenance for the vehicle, we would be using Purify Maintain, such as grab handles, the more surface areas that are touched most.
And well, this again, I can link to more the DIY side. So once you've applied your base layer of protection with the ceramic coating, that prevents that bacterial growth on the long term. For that regular maintenance, microfiber towel, you have the Purify Maintain, spray it on, wipe, and that's it, you're good to go.
Yes.
So some people might ask then, okay, you can use it in your house, you can use it in your vehicle, if you're at home DIY setting, in a professional setting as well, fantastic uses. What kind of durability can people expect out of both of these products?
At a Purify Coat, you can expect 12-month durability, and a Purify Maintain 6 months.
Okay, so that's pretty good. But I'm guessing also, of course, it might vary according to maybe some higher traffic areas. If I'm looking at the driver's seat, for example, I can't obviously expect the same durability compared to the rear seats where there's nobody in my 911, for example, right?
Absolutely. Grab handles exiting and entering the car, you're going to have less durability with those components, which Purify Maintain would come into play
You're there to
for
drop that
ongoing
off.
maintenance. Yes.
And then I also see another spray, so odor remover. I kind of feel of what that might be. However, please don't tell me it's just a product that's going to have a light fragrance and it's just going to mask some odors. Is there something more to that?
Yeah, OEM sanitized finish. So think of odor remover as a preventative for odors and smells on the interior of the car. It is designed to encapsulate the organic odors in your vehicle and naturally remove them from the interior of the car.
So I can see this in any setting, whether it's DIY or pro. You can be a smoker or have some smokers in your vehicle, or you might have some pets that create a lot of odors as well. So basically you're saying that that's going to help to encapsulate that odor causing bacteria and have that disappear so you don't smell those disgusting odors anymore, right? Let's be honest.
Exactly right.
So Nick, I'm seeing the Purify line, amazing lineup, but I'm hearing things like antibacterial. Does that mean you're using any alcohols or some harsh chemicals in there?
Pan, absolutely not. All natural ingredients, no VOC.
No VOC, all natural. I absolutely love it. Lots of innovation from GYEON once again, and we're looking forward to testing the lineup.
So now that these guys walked you through the new products of 2023 and the redefined line, I would like to take the opportunity to remind you of GYEON's game changers in the past. First of all, in 2013, we launched Wet Coat. But even after more than 1 decade, nobody equaled it. Also in 2013, we launched Can Coat, the first easy-to-use and sprayable SiO2 coating. Till today, one of my favorites that never disappoints. But it's also in small details. In 2015, we launched the Silk Dryer, a twisted loop towel that great absorbance and had that wow effect while drying your car. Last year, we even made an Evo version. In 2016, we launched Leather Shield, which was a true game changer as well because it was the first ceramic coating for leather. And I'm really proud to announce today that we will launch Leather Shield Evo along with 3 other coatings. Together with our paint coatings, this will provide you a true 360-degree vehicle protection.
Yeah, I've seen the videos online. These are super fast.
What a car. Jeff, please tell us more about Evo.
Thank you, Yves. Pan, Leather Shield Evo.
Leather Shield Evo. So this is a twist on a classic.
It is the evolution in Leather Shield, which is a very unique product for us and something special. It's the first ceramic coating designed specifically for interior leather seats.
And can you apply this on all leather? Like what surfaces can you apply this on?
You can, all modern upholsteries, except for semi-aniline leather or natural leathers.
And we hear that, obviously, let's say I have a new car or I have a vehicle, the leather's in good condition, so I'm not necessarily restoring it, but I want to protect it.
Sure.
So what are the features that the Evo is giving compared to the predecessor?
Absolutely. So with all the Evo products, we're looking for a better user experience, which means it's easier to apply. We're looking for increased durability by about 50%, and we're looking for higher performance characteristics.
And we hear sometimes some people are scared that by applying some of these glass bottle coatings on top of leather, it's not going to be breathable anymore. Is
Sure.
that the case with Leather Shield Evo?
It will not. It will not change the finish, the feel, the look. It's a very natural, very soft, supple finish to your leather.
So that was important too. A lot of people are scared of changing the appearance or the feel of leather. So you're saying it gives you that OEM crisp leather look, right?
Correct. OEM natural finish, but with an added layer of protection. So with something like Leather Shield, we're trying to keep dirt, contaminant from absorbing into the pores of the leather. Shiny leather is dirty leather, so we want to keep a nice supple finish. Leather Shield allows that. It also gives us UV and chemical resistance to keep the leather surfaces healthy.
So fading and cracking will be prevented, but also does it help with any form of maintenance? Is it going to be easier to clean my seats?
Exactly that. Like all ceramic coatings, ease of maintenance, self-cleaning, and make it easy to clean so the surfaces stay healthy.
That's pretty cool.
Awesome. I think Yves has something to add.
Okay.
Right, so my preferred way of coating leather, whether it's dark or light colored, is using the GYEON microfiber applicator. Wipe in a section at a time, let it sit for 1 to 2 minutes, be consistent, and then wipe off with your preferred microfiber towel.
So Jeff, here's another one of these classics, a Mercedes 190E. I remember these growing up, but I can immediately notice there's a lot of plastic cladding and of course bits and pieces that have faded and oxidized. I think there's one of your new products that can help resolve this issue, right?
There is, and nothing rounds out a detail like dark, healthy trim. For that, we have Trim Evo.
Trim Evo. So what is the difference between, again, this one and its previous version?
So Trim Evo is not just a ceramic coating, it's a permanent trim restore.
So it gives you that darkening effect on faded trim?
It does. It's going to bring back the OEM finish to faded, white, dried out plastics.
Okay, and how long can you expect that darkening effect to last though?
Sure. So the darkening effect's permanent. When we measure durability, we're going for hydrophobic and self-cleaning properties. We've got that at 36 months.
And well, wow, that lasts a long time. But when you're talking about self-cleaning, does that mean just like on coatings for paint, is it going to be easier to clean during my maintenance washes?
It is. Like all coatings, maintenance is key. So we want to keep dirt and contaminant from absorbing into the pores of the finish, easy wash maintenance to remove them, and we keep a healthy trim.
You were talking about finish and trim, but what surfaces can this be applied on? What kind of plastics?
Yeah, for trim, I like all exterior and engine bay plastics, both gloss and matte finishes.
And also, if we notice, like on application, it's a bit thicker than what I'm normally used to. Is there a reason for that? Is that intentional?
It is very intentional. These trims and these plastics are porous materials. We really want the coating to penetrate and absorb into the material so we get the most performance and durability.
Awesome. Issue solved. But you know what? Corner of my eye, I see a GT4. Can we
Let's
have
go
a look?
check it out.
Okay, let's check it out. This is a track-oriented beast of a German machine. It has beautiful wheels. And Jeff, I think you have something in the lineup that can help protect them.
We do. For this, we're going to go Rim Evo.
So what finishes can I apply this on?
Yeah, Rim can go on all factory finishes, matte, satin, gloss, and chrome.
And why would someone pick a coating to apply on a wheel, for example?
You want a protective layer to protect the porosity and the looks of this finish from all the road grime and brake dust that it's going to experience during use. So you want to keep that grime from getting into the pores of the wheel's finish, which breaks down the looks over time. You also want to make it easy to clean. The easier this wheel is to clean, the better job we're going to do when we're cleaning it, and the healthier the finish is going to stay long term.
Gotcha, but couldn't I just take a basic paint coating and apply it to wheels? So why a rim-specific coating in your lineup?
You could do that, but there is something unique about the construction of rim. When you read about rim, you always talk about heat tolerance, right? And we think of that as this big 1400 degree Fahrenheit maximum heat tolerance. But it's really about the heat and temperature cycle. So the wheels, the brake calipers, the exhaust tip, they can cycle through temperature changes, which means they can get hot and cold again as they would during use without the coating breaking down.
Okay, and of course, once again, we see that Evo logo. So what's the difference between this new version compared to the previous version?
Like all the Evo coatings, we get a 50% increase in durability. It's easier to apply, and we get an increase in chemical resistance and performance characteristics.
So beautiful German machine, beautiful German wheels, but I see something from Italy right there. Can we go and check it out?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Ooh, Lamborghini Huracan Performante, beautiful metallic orange paint. But Jeff, I'm noticing this big pane of glass. So what do you guys have for glass surfaces?
It is a big windshield. For that, we have View Evo.
And what is GYEON View Evo?
View is a two-part ceramic coating system designed to increase the visibility under poor weather driving conditions.
You're talking about poor driving conditions. I'm from Montreal, Canada. We have harsh winter months. What can this coating do during winter months?
In the winter, View is going to reduce the adhesion of snow and ice on all the exterior glass.
And you said this is a two-part system, so I can see the glass polish and repel. What do they do?
It is. The original View consisted of cleanse and repel, and cleanse was a little difficult to install for your average DIY enthusiast. So with Evo, we've introduced a new product called glass polish. It's not only a polish that'll enhance the looks of the glass, but it also acts as the bonding agent between the glass and the top coat of repel. Repel is where you get your slickness, your repellency, and that's the product that really evacuates the rainwater when you're driving at speed.
So I'm guessing with this coating applied on my windshield, I'll be using my wipers a lot less, right?
Significantly less. And I think Eve has a pro tip for us.
Awesome.
Right. With View Evo, we now have glass polish inside of the box. You can use it by hand or by machine, whether it's a DA or a rotary, and I suggest to use a blue polishing pad. This will make sure that the surface is properly prepped and maximize your durability. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Eve, what's up?
All good?
Yes?
While I'm in New York, I did some extra time on your Defender.
Did you put a lift kit on it?
No, I did something extra. So, but I have a challenge for you.
Yeah.
I want you to use it and abuse it like you never did before.
Like off-road?
Full gas.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay?
Yeah, challenge accepted.
Cool.
All right.
Jeff, what happened here? This is making my blood pressure rise.
It looks like somebody had some fun.
Well, a lot of fun with
Yeah,
it.
quite a bit. Uh-oh.
I happened to this.
Mike happened.
What did you do,
What did you
Mike?
do?
Well, Eve and the guys asked me to take out a Defender and get it really dirty, so I did the best I could.
Clearly, you did a great job at doing that. You took it above and beyond.
I did. We took it to Monticello Motorsports Club. They have an off-road course there. And to be honest with you, it was a bit stressful to get it dirty because from where I was looking, I just kept on watching the water and the mud just bead right off. And I had a great time. In fact, it's my new resume builder, so I'm waiting for the next time GYEON asks me to make things dirty. I can't wait to do it again.
Bert, you've done an amazing job in Europe building a high quality and tight-knit certified detailer network. What is it in the GYEON brand tool set that's allowed you to build such a strong program?
Well, it's not only about the tool set, but also about the training we were able to offer, not only on a technical level, but also on actually how to use all the assets that GYEON has to offer.
Sure.
So how do you go about it in the US?
Yeah, for us, the success has been in the products. The Evo line of certified coatings has solved the problem completely, both with backside coatings and frontside maintenance products to keep the consumer involved, and we've got a great tool set for GYEON certified detailers. Let's have a seat.
Perfect.
So Bert, you mentioned brand and how important it is for each one of your individual certified detailers to really utilize and deploy the GYEON brand within their business to really elevate themselves in their local markets. Tell me more about that.
Well, we're in a unique position where we don't really have to emphasize on the product that much anymore, because it's so well established and it's so well trusted in the market that almost every certified detailer, or every professional detailer rather, would like to be certified and work with our products. On top of that, the end customer also has a lot of trust in it and in the system that is behind it. So we can really focus now on really using the brand and all the resources that it has at its disposal to actually build the businesses of those professionals, and also cater to our end customers with all the tools that we have at our disposal.
And I think they do it really well. You know, when you talk about using brand to get the customers excited about the products that are going to be used on their cars, I think your network's done it fantastic. You know, in the US, it really has been about products. You know, we had to really make sure we found the right product market fit for the US certified detailer group. You know, if you remember the early days of the professional coatings, the coatings were always amazing. The coatings always led the market in terms of performance, but they were multi-layered, they were separate base coat, top coat chemistries, up to 3 layers in the early days. So for the certified detailers in the US that really operate at volume and at pace, it was really hard to find that product market fit for what the US guys needed. When we launched the Evo line, we solved that problem completely. You know, base type 1 is such a special coating. You know, how easy that is to apply, the low margin of error for installers, you know, in shops that have multiple installers, very efficient, you know, both process-wise and cost-wise. And then to deliver that performance on the background, you know, we really nailed it in terms of product market fit. And we're really excited to kind of get into brand and build brand now that we have that foundation of products under us. You know, we've got 2 of the top US certified detailers right here, Neil at Urban Works and Nick from Above and Beyond. You know, Nick's probably the longest running certified detailer in the network, you know, and you've been around since the early days of the coatings. You know, how has GYEON kind of worked for Above and Beyond, and how's that success story gone for you?
Yeah, just like you touched on, Jeff, you know, in the early days with GYEON, it really did come down to products, ease of use and innovative packaging. You know, ease of use because I was doing the applications at the time, and then product packaging because I had to sell the product as well. As business had grown and my business had evolved, certain needs have changed along the way. With the new Evo line, it has delivered to us a game changer product, a game changer system, as far as having the Infinite system in place with a tremendous warranty with unmatched results. Our contribution to the brand has rewarded us with a contribution back from GYEON with a tool such as the Hub. As needs change through the business and creating website development or social media needs, the Hub has provided a tool for us to help even educate ourselves through the processes of growing our brand and following lineage with GYEON. And with the My Way magazine and the tie to car culture, it's what every detailer's passion needs, and GYEON has always delivered that.
Yeah, very cool. And I think you guys have done it well. You run a great business, you've got a great market, a great connection to that market, and you've been able to take those tools that GYEON offers, put them into your website, put them into your social media to really kind of keep and help that sales process move forward.
And Neil is a very good example of what can be done with the brand if you treat it correctly. You've built an awesome community and you use GYEON to do that. Can you detail a bit more about that?
Yeah, so you know, Bert, early on in our career, in my career, we tried tons of different products, tons of different you know, chemical providers, and we never quite found the right fit. You know, we always pride ourselves on experience and, you know, being trustworthy and honest in our installs and how we operate our business. And not until we found GYEON was that possible. So Joining on GYEON almost 7 years ago, it really gave us the support system we needed, it gave us the reps that we needed, and it gave us the overall experience that we were looking for, that we could then pass through to our customers and our clientele and really build that community, really build that car culture in our area, and just overall give the best possible experience. So,
speaking of experience, you've got somebody in Belgium that I think takes the brand into their business and deploys it to create an experience better than anybody I've seen.
Yeah, that will be Mario. What a story that is.
Yeah.
And what a personality. You've met him. So
Yeah, Mario's awesome. And when you talk about making detailing businesses cool, that's it at a top level. I think if I was a customer going to Mario's garage and gonna take my car there and understand the visual experience and how exciting that would be because of how the brands have joined together, he's nailed it.
Yeah. And to give you a sneak peek, we're going to show you what you can really do if you lean into the brand. I think it's safe to say that the partnership with GYEON completely changed his life.
Ik ben Mario en dit is mijn succesverhaal.
Hey everybody. I want to talk to you a little bit about the art of building community and what that means. Community is what everybody's after in business, whether it's Classic Car Club or GYEON or businesses in the automotive world or ones that have nothing to do with the automotive world. Everybody wants community. But let's talk about what it is and why it's important and how to do something a little better. So community is a group of people who share something, whether it's geographic borders or religious beliefs or government, that's a community. Culture is something a little bit beyond that, right? So community is when people gather around a shared interest that they have. And people in a community will go to a time-boxed event. They'll gather for a moment of interest, and all of that's really important. Culture is beyond that. Culture is what I think we're really after. When people talk about community, they really want to build a culture, a corporate culture, a brand culture, a culture amongst their customers, their constituents. And so how do we go from community to culture? There's a few ways. The first thing is to give your brand a little bit. Give it to the people, give it to the audience. Let them communicate with each other. Give them the tools, whether that's online content and videos, things like that, to share amongst themselves. Let them take your brand over. Don't be afraid of that. If you're proud of your brand, you're proud of your business, and you have this audience, this community of people who want to engage in it, let them make it culture. You can't control that on them. So in a few minutes, we're going to meet Corey from Bimmer Invasion. He actually did an amazing job of this for BMW. So he creates this show twice a year where thousands of BMWs show up and tens of thousands of BMW fans show up. He does that without the help of BMW. He does it on the side, and he's creating culture for BMW. BMW is smart enough to let him do what he does really well. He could probably do it better than they do, and they acknowledge that, and he's built something great for them. You have to give your audience the ability to almost run the business in a lot of ways. Help them curate what it is. If you have someone out there who's a real mega fan of what you're doing, empower that person to translate the business in the way that they want to, and don't try to give that person guardrails. Give that person the tools that they need. If they're a fan of the Classic Car Club, like many of our members are, and they want to create content, take the Lamborghini Huracan, do what you do with it, explain the car club and what it is from their version. They can probably do it better than I can. I've been doing it in a certain way for a certain amount of years. And what's important to me at the Classic Car Club is probably different than some of our members. And I want to hear what's important to them. Because as much as what I love to do translates to people and the people that we talk to, there are other people who have an interest in your brand, in what you're doing, in ways I had never thought of. And that's what culture is, allowing those people to express themselves through the lens and the world that you have created within your business or your movement or your website. So when you're thinking about how to build your own community and then take that community and make a culture out of it, a couple of things. Partner with the right people, tap into their audiences, let them control a little bit of the content. Find the people in your audience that are the most passionate about what you do and empower them to have a say, to allow them to translate what it is that you're doing in their own view. I'm sure it'll be a positive thing if they're a fan of it. And just relax the reins a little bit. Give them the tools, your audience, your community, to communicate with each other, and that community will go stronger as it becomes culture. So now we're going to go talk to Corey from Bimmer Invasion and hear a little bit about how he builds community and culture with his group.
You guys are in a prime position. I know you were in indoor last year, now you could have outdoor, so different experience.
Hi, gentlemen.
Hello, Mike.
Didn't mean to interrupt.
You're all good. I was just talking with Corey from Bimmer Invasion about how engagement within a community is very important for events as well as spaces.
Yeah, I like what you do. I found, we've been doing this since 2005 in New York, and community, like everybody uses that word, and it's traditionally online, which is a form of community, but not the form of community. And so this is our Facebook, downstairs is our Instagram, it's all in person, we see each other all the time, and you do the same thing.
No, absolutely.
You get thousands and thousands of people together at the same time.
Yep, absolutely. You get people from different countries, whether that's vendors or attendees, so it's one giant BMW family, essentially.
Yeah, and you do it twice a year.
Twice a year, yep. One on the West Coast, and then one in South Florida.
Yeah. I have a clubhouse, right? We have a clubhouse here, so everybody already knows where to gather. Obviously, we do events all over the world, but this is our HQ, so on any given day, there could be 200, 300 people here, members getting together, but how difficult is it to get people from all over the world to come to one place at one time?
It's funny you say that, because in some ways it feels like it happened super naturally. So I don't want to say that we didn't work to get to that point.
And then you're like, oh wait, I haven't slept for a year.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we did a rally here in New York in 2020, and it was a great time because everybody was in lockdown for a while. So it was like the first time people were able to go out and see their friends and do an experience with camaraderie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So then we started to do car shows, additional rallies, and new markets for customer acquisition and all that stuff. And we were able to, grow a community while doing it.
Also, the social media side of it, you give all of the BMW owners, collectors, you're giving them a platform. You're giving them a moment, right? That's
Exactly.
probably really important to people, because they feel like, oh, if I go, I'm literally a part of it. I'm not a spectator to it, but I'm a part of it.
Exactly. We really want everyone to feel like they are part of the show itself. Not you're just attending to see the show. You are actually a part of it yourself.
Which is something that automotive brands don't do so much.
Exactly.
Do they? Right?
Absolutely.
You mentioned social media, and let's maybe talking about an audience on social media versus community. There's a difference between the two, right?
Yeah. You know what, you mentioned after the pandemic or during it, people just wanted to get together. I have noticed that too. I think 2019 and earlier than that, people were just engaging online because that's what you did, and it was easy and it was convenient. But post the pandemic, people were just much more willing to go out and just meet people and have conversations like humans.
Yeah.
Whether he or she gets really into the classicness of it and the period correct bits, or the super modified things. You could have
the car care,
or the car care, right? Yep. The detail, that's a huge demographic as well.
Absolutely.
The detailers themselves, right?
I mean, cooperating with brands is a big part of it too.
Yeah.
But cooperating with GYEON, how has GYEON been able to integrate into both your space, your memberships, as well as events and stuff like that?
For my community at the car club, it integrates really well because all we do is drive. Unlike maybe a lot of car clubs, all we do is drive. We drive Lamborghinis in the winter, right? And so, and our cars get driven. So from our perspective, they always have to look good. That's what members want, right? They want to get in a car, it has to look good. And so we use GYEON products here. And then our members, many members of ours, have prolific car collections. And I think for those members, it is about, I have this collection. Clearly, I can't drive them all at the same time. So it's about keeping them beautiful. And for 3 hours on a weekend, they can improve one of their cars by using GYEON products.
And talking outdoor events, a little bit more people, I think the brand, BMW and GYEON, both considered higher end companies, visibly appealing. I think it's really meshed seamlessly with
No, absolutely. I mean, like he was saying, a lot of our guys obviously drive their cars, but then there's also the ones that just show their car. But every time someone's spending a lot of money and modifying their car to make it their own unique masterpiece, of course the car needs to be clean and presentable, and that's where GYEON comes into play.
Absolutely.
You know.
Also, we do car shows here on a smaller scale.
Yes.
We do shows for the public, and I've noticed that those shows they're 100% a car show, as produced, but in reality they're 1/3 car show, 1/3 fashion show, and 1/3 photography show, right? And so that's like another reason, right? I think with you, that's even like the photography bit and the filming.
Yeah, the media coverage is definitely an important part of our business.
So your whip's got to look good.
Yep, absolutely.
You know?
Yep. No, thank you guys for both your input on this. You know, community is a big part of Classic Car Club, Beamer Invasion, as well as GYEON.
I'm sorry, baby, I don't mean to be rude. I'm just a little different from all these dudes. Okay, they riding waves, me, I'm up on the pool. Yeah. You feel like me, then you got nothing to prove. I see him trying to do what I do. Yeah. Even McJagger couldn't move like a move. Yeah. You think you're how we look, I'm up on the moon. Yeah. Got fresh to deep and it came out of the tune. That's cause I got a different type of gratitude. Don't be sour, got my power from the Beatitudes. And we did it the long way, check out the latitude. I'm unapologetically fly, I don't wonder why, that's just my attitude. I don't mean to be flawless. Yeah, I seen that in vegan, yeah, I when you saw this. Yeah, and when you shoot your shot, it make you a target. You getting got, they wanna take all your pockets. Ooh, hey, it's a gift, I avoid all the nonsense. Yeah, don't be a hater, it's no good for your conscience. Yeah, you from this world, I'm from somewhere far beyond it. Yeah, matter of fact, I don't even belong here, cause I got a different type of swagger, dude. You ain't gon' find nobody like me on your avenues. Better come get me while you can. I'm just passing through. Ask me how I get this good. Oh, you can blame it on my attitude.
A community around a brand can be built around the products, but to fuel the flame of excitement, it takes more than that. GYEON does this in an unconventional way, but let me walk you through our brand news. A great example of that are posters. Now, we have created these to give you examples of what a product can do and represent what people can expect when using them. These are a great marketing element to put in a detailing space, big and large, all around the world. Talking about all around the world, there's different environments and different seasons and different things that a car experiences when out in the real world, and because of that, GYEON has created the 4-season campaign. This is splitting the year up quarterly, thank you, and represents what people can expect every time of the year. Now, something else I'm super excited to tell you about is the 3rd edition of the G-Mag. This represents what we see in car culture for both detailers and enthusiasts. GYEON works with a lot of companies around the world, but one we're super excited to tell you about is Tarform. This is an innovative company that is really redefining the motorcycle industry, and with them we have created this group of products to use specifically on a bike, as well as a maintenance guide on how to use them. But instead of me telling you about it, let's have him do it. Marlon, I was just talking about you.
Hey man, how you doing?
Good, happy to have you here. The bike looks incredible. It looks so gorgeous in this space. And I've heard you have unconventional means for manufacturing. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, Tarform, one of the main principles is sustainability. And with sustainability, you use a lot of what chemical materials we use in the automotive sector. We innovate a lot with bioresins, with flaxweed. This means that we are not necessarily doing what everybody has done. Flax has been used a lot in furniture in the past years, and it has boomed in the automotive industry. But this means that sustainable materials have a lot to do, a lot to catch up with conventional OEM materials.
Gotcha. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I mean, these materials you're working with are so delicate too. You want to make sure that the products you're using on them integrate seamlessly And to do so, you need the right information, right?
Exactly, exactly. So we don't want to compromise the quality or the performance of the bike by introducing these different materials. So that goes into the design of the object itself, but also what partners we have while we're exploring different materials. There are different bioresins, and we share these data sheets with partners like GYEON that we recommend us what is the best way to take care of this product, because at the end of the day, it's a high-end vehicle. I want to keep it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned design, you mentioned high-end vehicle. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind the design of this incredible bike.
Well, Tarfun was founded about 6 years ago by Taras Kravchuk, the founder and lead designer of Tarfun. He has a lot of idea of Scandinavian minimalistic design. We take a lot of inspiration out of nature. It has been there for millions and millions of years. We just dilute what is the best and the critical lines, and we put it into our products. What this creates is a different and bigger step into sustainability, because when you have a beautiful product, you take care of it more. So that kind of serves both realms of our design and sustainable principle.
Yeah, absolutely. And we kind of love to work with partners that have similar lines to design. Obviously, we're very vivid, we're very intricate, and we like being bold in our design, so it's worked out really well. I'm glad you're here. Like I said, the bike looks incredible, and this is a great way to wrap up the GShow. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, man.
Take care. Take care.
Well, that's a wrap for this year's GYEON Show. I hope you liked it and that we didn't disappoint on our premieres. I would like to thank all our partners, guests, and of course, Classic Car Club Manhattan for having us. If you have any comments, write them down below because we highly appreciate that. I'm out. See you somewhere around the globe. Ciao.